As I said to you last week, do not shout at me, but today we are starting our Cozy Minimalist Christmas series. This is week 1. You can grab the printable. I've got a checklist for you. It is free. It is over at my blog, dianedenmark.com. So if you're ready to get cozy with me, let's dive in. Diane Denmark here, rah rah rah. I am a routines coach and I am your cheerleader here on YouTube. And we are doing this Cozy Minimalist Christmas series. And if you're doing the eye roll thing, I explained it last week. We really just want to prepare gently, not be overspending, not be going out when the shops are crazy. And already many of you have commented that, last year you had an unexpected layoff, or there was a baby on the way, or family got ill. So it's just doing a little bit of planning in advance to really keep it cozy for us. And each week I've got 3 things for you. We're going to be talking about our Christmas planning, a kind of theme for each week. Also some housekeeping tips, so we're getting the house ready for you or for visitors. And last but not least, the self-care. I love the self-care thing, so I've got some well-being little prompts for you. So let's get straight into it. Let me just grab my glasses. Okay, so our main theme for this week is gifts. Now, in our family, we've done that thing of giving to everybody, neighbours, friends, the kids were giving to the kids in their class. And we've kind of gone full kind of minimalist on that, and really reducing the spending and not ending up with lots of clutter and things that people don't want. The main thing that I want you to think about this week is your gifts. Do you need to take that conversation with the family and say, you know what, our kids have enough? Do you need to take that conversation with the grandparents and say, instead of some kind of toy, can we have an experience? Can we have money in the bank? Are you planning to make gifts this year? Usually I don't do that, but I've been getting back into the idea of sewing. I've been watching the Great British Sewing Bee, very hygge television. And I'm making some gifts for my friend this year. But I need to make sure that I've got the supplies. I've set aside some time to actually make them. So it's not just an idea in my head, but that a little bit of planning. Are you looking to reduce the amount of money that you're spending on gifts? Because quite often when we haven't planned in advance, like I said at the beginning, we kind of panic buy in December and we think we're getting a good deal and the shops are busy. Just this week, take those conversations with those around you. Make a list. Who are you buying for? Can it be replaced by going out for tea together, doing something a bit different? And if you are actually going to be doing the gift thing, wrapping the gifts, now is a good time to put those, check your supplies. Do you need sellotape? Where are the scissors? Do you need wrapping paper? And many years ago, I've done lots of decluttering videos where you saw me decluttering, going through papers and craft supplies. And I used to keep all different types of wrapping paper. I had wrapping paper for a new baby or for a wedding anniversary. These days, I just keep it very simple. I've got like white, gold and silver wrapping paper. And then I just use different coloured ribbon to kind of ring the changes to make it look a bit different. So think about that. You do not have to be going out to buy themed wrapping paper. But if you don't have much wrapping paper or the little cards, add that to your errand list, okay? And next time when you're out, start thinking about that. Oh, and one other thing on the gifts. Are you the type of person, this is me, hands up, when the family said to you, oh, what would you like for Christmas or for a birthday? I would always say, well, I have everything, I don't want any more clutter. Try and think of a few things and put them on a list. I keep a running list, and it's been things like, maybe I've needed some new gardening gloves or something, a little upgrade of a kitchen utensil. Just to have a few ideas so that when people ask you, you can give them your list. Okay, so we've talked about our theme for this week. We're just thinking about the gifts. Moving on to the next thing, which is the home. Keeping it nice and cozy, clean, tidying up, a little bit of decluttering, and then we'll get into the self-care. But This week we are focusing in on, can you guess which room it is? Bedrooms. Now, we're coming up to a very busy time. Maybe the weather is changing also where you are. I'm feeling a little bit tired when the days get shorter. So we really want to make our bedrooms clean, cozy, tidy and welcoming. You know, it's going to be your little kind of haven when things get really crazy in November, December. So I use the Flylady system, hands down. It's the easiest housekeeping system, keeps us on track. So this week, you know, set a timer. I always use a timer, like these countdown ones. And just work for 15 minutes in your bedroom. Now, I've got a few ideas for you. And I'll also put up, I have a little list of ideas of what you can clean and tidy, declutter in this area. But I don't want you to go overboard. It's just spending a few intentional moments of making things a wee bit better. So let me give you a few ideas. So clear off the bedside tables, you know, just, you know, dust all the flat surfaces. And when we do that, it makes us realise, okay, what do we have on those flat surfaces? Have you got coffee mugs there? Have you got old newspapers, books that you're actually never going to read? Let's get those moved out of there. Change and freshen up the bed linens, maybe shop your house, move around the throw pillows just for a kind of fresher look. And if you want to do a spot of decluttering, just take like one drawer of your dresser or one shelf in your wardrobe. And again, use the timer, just go through things. It's something that you're going to use again. Do you love it, or it can be passed on to somebody else? And if you want my help in that, I have lots of body doubling videos where you can see me working in various areas of the house. The videos are usually 15 minutes and I go through cleaning, you know, kind of top to bottom, clockwise around the room. So anyway, that's your ideas for this week. We're working on the bedroom. You may also want to start thinking about, when we're talking about bedrooms, guest bedroom. Have you got people coming to stay at Christmas? Our kids will be here for a few days at Christmas. So you might want to start thinking about that. What is in that room? Or do you need to spruce things up a wee bit? Right, and on to my favourite part, well-being, self-care. So the theme for this week is rest. You know, we are working on our bedrooms. I want you to make sure that you are getting enough sleep. And I know you're sitting there thinking, yes, Mum, I know that. But, you know, often we kind of push things a bit and we sit up doing that kind of doom scrolling on our telephones or sitting with the iPad at night. Make an intention to get to bed a wee bit earlier this week. That's one thing that you can do. In your bedroom, can you bring in, you know, maybe a nice blanket or a rug to put on your chair, add a candle, an LED candle. Oh, and talking of candles, okay, not related to this, but I was out with my bestie Erica in Denmark the other day, and look what I got. Talking of candles, I've got my Christmas countdown candle already got, but we'll be talking about that in another video. But maybe you want to, you know, make a bit more cozy in your bedroom. Get to bed early, read a book. You can see my book is on the end of the bed there. I always read for 5 or 10 minutes before I switch off the lights. So this week our theme is rest. What can you do to help yourself feel a bit more rested? And you know, it only takes 5 or 10 minutes, but it just kind of reminds us that we're taking care of ourselves. We're giving ourselves a wee hug. And if you look on the Printable checklist, as I said, it's free, dianedenmark.com. You will notice that there is a space there which says, why am I doing this? And I really want you to write it down, like, you know, get your pen and your pencil and write it down. And this is going to be your little motivator this week. When you're thinking, oh, I'll do this Christmas prep next week, or I'll do it the weekend, and you know what's going to happen? It's not going to happen. I want you to write down, why did you want to do this Christmas prep with me? Maybe you're thinking, I spent far too much money last year. I was very exhausted and I was shouting at everybody on Christmas morning, and I don't want it to be like that. or I'm looking after a loved one right now, things are difficult and I need to make sure that I'm looking after myself, I want you to go ahead and write that down, because that is going to be your motivator. And I am here to also be your cheerleader here. And it's just that kind of working together that we can cheer each other on. Remember, as I said, if you're not already signed up, subscribe, notifications on, because next week we will be working on a different area in the house. We will have a different theme for the week. So we're just taking it in little chunks. And hopefully this week it has given you, you're a bit calmer in your head. You know what's coming up. You're going to have a tidier home and you're going to be looking after yourself. So let me know, what are you going to do today? Are you perhaps already started with making Christmas gifts, or do you make cards, or are the kids making something for Granny and Grandad? Have I given you some inspiration to get started? And one other thing that I noticed that was quite funny, this is my 9th year on YouTube. Wow, and the Christmas planning, that must be like 8 or 9 years we've been doing Christmas planning. So anyway, I'm going to let you get on your merry way. I'll do my usual sign off, give you a wee shake of the pom-poms. So all I've got left to say is live long and prosper. May the Cozy Christmas Planning 2025 be with you, and I shall see you very soon. I'm on my blog several times a week with a rah, rah, rah. Okay, bye for now.